Sticks it out of the backfield. Has some daylight. Hurdles to the end zone. In for the score, and he took a lick from Miles Jack, but he hung on.
Welcome to New Strike City, YouTube channel for diehard Bengals fans. I'm your host, Ace Boogie, and I'm here to discuss what everyone is talking about in the Bengals community right now. Quinton Spain, the guard from the Buffalo Bills, was released today. Obviously, the Bengals have some issues at the guard position, so of course, a lot of Bengals fans wondered, will they try to bring in Quinton Spain? I have no idea. I don't have any ties to the front office. I don't have anything for you in that department, but what I can provide is just my opinion on the situation. So obviously, I'm not a Buffalo Bills expert. I don't know much about them, but I do have some resources, notably PFF, and I looked into why people want Quinton Spain. The reason why is because he's been a starter for several years. He's a guy that has played very solid in the pass blocking game as well as the run blocking game. Now, this season has been a little bit of a mixed bag for him. There could be some issues with them wanting to get younger, but this is somewhat questionable because they literally just extended the guy. So I don't know if there's any kind of internal locker room issues, and I'm not trying to put that off on him. I have no idea. But it was something that was very questionable. Now, when you look at certain games that he's had, the one that he had against the Raiders, he was extremely horrible when it came to pass blocking. And it appears that he's taken most of his snaps at the left guard position. So if the Bengals were to look into him, it would notably be that position. But the thing is, it seems that Jim Turner really likes Michael Jordan. We kind of talked about this, and we kind of talked about it this offseason when we talked about Larry Warford. The Bengals like their guys. And we'll have to see if this will be a guy that they could potentially look at. Being that the Bengals didn't come off of a bad game, when I say a bad game, I mean the offensive line, they didn't come off of a bad game. I think that this is something where they may consider it, but they may not necessarily go after him. And when you also look into it, you have to consider that being that he was cut, if I'm not mistaken, if they were to claim him, I don't know what portion of that contract would still be owed. So I'm assuming that most teams, being that this was a move that happened in the middle of the week, it's going to be something where they let him go and they're going to let it play out. And I think that that's probably going to decrease the chances that the Cincinnati Bengals can actually sign this guy, because you got to think about it. If you were in Quinton Spain's position, right, you were on a team that was getting ready to go to the playoffs, why would you sign up for the Bengals? And I'm not trying to down it or anything of that, but just think of it from a logical standpoint. Why would you sign with a team that's 1-4-1? You probably want to win, and depending on what your money was, you may have already been paid by Buffalo, but you're probably going to want to join a contender or a team that may need a guard or something like that. And being with what you're seeing going on right now with guys asking for trades and stuff out of Cincinnati, and I'm mostly talking about John Ross, that's probably not a situation as a player that he wants to go into. The other thing is he probably wants a guaranteed roster spot. I don't think that would be available in Cincinnati. I don't think that Jim Turner is going to say, hey, come in right away and start over Michael Jordan. Now, there is a possibility that he could play right guard and come in for Alex Redmond, but that would be different than what he has done in the past. That's not to say that he couldn't do it. He's obviously had some experience there throughout his career. He has had snaps at the position, and they did do something similarly with Xavier Su'a-Filo, but I really think that they really like Su'a-Filo, and they're getting him back up to pace, and they just feel like with so many issues right now, they may feel like it's not the right time to bring in a guy. And so I think from both sides, you may see some resistance, which makes this unlikely to happen, but you never know. Like if other teams don't want Spain and his teams to pick from become short, then yeah, I think the Bengals may have an opportunity. Like I said, the only other thing to do would be to try to claim him and pay that contract. Being with the situation that they're in right now, financially, contract-wise, just all of the stuff that's swirling around this team right now, I'm not sure if they would actually make the move. So I don't want to give you false confidence and say that they will make the move. Obviously, they should make the move. But again, we are just people that cheer for the team. We just cover the team. We analyze the team. We can't actually get Duke Tobin in his front office to actually press the button. So if it is something that they want to do, we'll see. I don't think that it's a move that saves the season. I don't think that it does anything outside of protect Joe Burrow. Now, that's a positive, is it would definitely help protect Joe Burrow, but you never know. Like, Michael Jordan hasn't played extremely bad. Like, it hasn't been completely a disaster there. I mean, when you look at Spain and you look at Michael Jordan in terms of just this season, from a PFF standpoint, which I can't say outside of that. I've never watched Spain on film. It seems that they're graded similarly from what I can see. But in the past, Spain has been a superior guard in terms of his scoring. He's obviously a veteran. He's a guy, I believe he's around 29 years old. So we'll have to see. I think he would be a perfect piece to add to this line. I think I would plug him in right away at right guard. I think that that's a no-brainer. If you could pull in Alex Redmond off the street and do that, I don't see why you couldn't do it with Spain. But we'll have to see. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. As usual, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll leave you guys with a who day, all day, every day, and especially on Sunday.
Kicks it out of the backfield. Has some daylight. Hurdles to the end zone. In for the score, and he took a lick from Miles Jack, but he hung on.